Talk show.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Bloodshots. This is going to be episode number 8. We are getting to the double digits. So this is the podcast where we sit around and we talk about movies and TV shows. And as always, to my right here, we have Mr. Baumgartner.
Hello.
To my left, Mr. Schmidt.
Hi.
How's that Slurpee?
Slurpalicious.
Amazing. And I'm your host, James.
No one acknowledged the new studio. No one acknowledged it.
Okay.
Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Okay.
New lights.
So moving on then, I guess.
New backgrounds. New table. New chairs. All because of you. All because of you people.
You make us strive to succeed.
Patreon.com/derailed. You know what to do.
Also,
You might not know what to do, actually.
we're at 107 now subscribers for YouTube. Awesome little milestone for us. And so if you guys like what you see, go over to all of these social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of those. Drop us likes and subscribes. And then hit up patreon.com if you want to help support the show, because we need a bigger studio. Bigger.
Not a lot of room in here.
Bigger is better. All right, so today we are going to go back to a Wait What segment. Because the two of us saw Sully, and Wes did not.
Motherfucking
Nope.
Tom Hanks.
Motherfucking Tom Hanks.
Motherfucking
Tom Hanks did it again. Clint Eastwood did it again.
Yeah, man.
Great directing, great acting, great writing. Stuck to all of the real stuff that happened during that whole thing.
Yep.
The plane crash and all that stuff. Like, it was... And what made it so great is that it was more about everything that happened afterwards and behind the scenes than everything that you already saw in the news. Because news is news, and you already know that part.
Yeah, I mean, you know the footage of the plane in the water and all the boats and all that stuff.
The rescue, like, you see all that stuff.
What they did really, really well was the actual crash itself.
Yep.
How Sully feels about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And his flashbacks.
Yeah, the emotions in it were very, very
Awesome.
on point.
So for those people who don't know, this is the movie of Captain Sullivan doing an emergency landing in the Hudson River that happened a couple years ago.
His name is
Chesley.
Chesley Sullenberger.
Sullenberger.
Oh, Sullenberger, sorry.
Sullenberger.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
He had been a pilot since before he was 18.
yeah.
Flying local planes. Lessons. From what I believe he flew in for the military.
Yep.
And then also had been an airliner pilot for 42 years.
I thought it was paced really well too. So, I assumed it was going to be the crash and then everything after. But what happens is a little bit of the crash, a little bit of afterwards. Excuse me. And then a flashback to him as a kid.
Yeah.
Then a little more crash, then a little more after, then a little more. And then they mixed it up. So
Okay.
you're always interested. It was perfect.
Yeah.
The pacing was perfect.
And it's not too jarring when it switches from
Yep.
past to
it's-
present to
It's
future to
I
present.
really want to know this information at this point. It's it knew exactly what I wanted to know, and it gave it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
perfect.
It was super to the point. It was only an hour and a half movie, which I think was perfect.
That's actually shorter than I thought. I think this
Yeah.
kind of movie, I was thinking
You're not
two-
telling his life story,
Yeah,
though.
you don't
You
need-
get 2 flashbacks of him younger,
Yep.
and the rest is the crash, and then
the
him
aftermath.
talking to his wife, and then him being deposed and all that stuff.
So this is really just that one event in his life. It's not like any
A
other
little-
biopics.
They hint
It's not a-
on other things, like he's also a safety inspector, with which he has it made it seem like it's a freelance company that he does safety inspections and stuff like that. So he was just starting that when all of this happened, so that could have made or broke his
Okay.
career
Okay.
and everything. So they touch on little things, but it's perfect. It was timed perfect. Everything was event, flashback, present day, event, flashback, present day, end of story.
Okay.
Beautiful Tom Hanks performance. It was very simple and subtle, but like super impactful.
And the guy who plays the co-pilot is Aaron Eckhart.
Nice.
So
yeah.
He was really good too because
got his face back.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it kind of starts like we were saying, right? And then like the key important things was how the NTSB was involved, obviously, to investigate everything. That's the National Transportation Safety Board.
Yep.
Okay. And the FAA, obviously.
Yep.
So what happened was like the plane takes off, it hits a giant flock of birds and takes out both engines.
Called the bird strike.
Yeah. So it's called a bird strike. We learned some good aviation terminology.
It's crazy. Did you know that when there's a crash happening, the fucking attendants just repeat like robots? They're like, what do they say? Like, brace, brace, brace.
Yeah.
Or like, what do they say? Brace, brace, brace. Head down, stay down.
Yeah.
Brace, brace, brace. Head down, stay down.
Yeah.
And they just repeat it over and over again. Did you know that?
No.
That's fucking crazy.
It's also crazy that there's a 32 guideline checklist that you have to go through before you're supposed to make a decision on a crash, right? And like so his plane was an Airbus, it wasn't like a Boeing, so it was the European one.
Yeah,
155 people total.
Yeah, and he said that like in the deposition that what was it, Rule 15 was to what? I forgot. Like Rule 15 was like the one that that he made in like Rule 3. Like the third thing you're supposed to do was like number 15.
I can't remember. It was something technical.
So he had to you have to make a snap decision, obviously.
Yeah.
Based on your altitude and everything, and like so he was in communication with the radio tower and everything, and flight control was giving him like you could land, you could try to go here, like you could try to go here. So he already turned back to LaGuardia, so he was gonna try that right away anyway. You know what I mean? Try to make
Start
it back.
banking a little.
Yeah.
But then he realized that he was too low to try to get to the airport without like crashing into a building.
There's
you know what I mean?
A great fucking line at the beginning where they're like, "How did you make all those calculations in your head?" He's like, "I didn't make any calculations." And they're like, "Well, then how did you?" And he's like, "I eyeballed it."
Yep.
And they're like, "You eyeballed it?"
And it shows him.
Yeah.
It shows him actually doing it. Like he's over the Hudson. If he goes left, he's going towards LaGuardia. If he goes right, he's going to
New Jersey.
Yeah, somewhere in Newark or whatever. And then he's got the Hudson right in front of him, and it's clear. Like the whole thing is clear. You know what I mean? Like, do you chance it? Not only do you kill passengers, but you kill all the people that are just sitting in their house. You know what I mean? And he said the most densely populated place in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
it seemed I really just was upset at the people at the NTSB or whatever, because they're just like accusing him of like, were you drinking? Do you have trouble at home? You know, and it's like he's saved all these people, and they almost make him feel like he made the wrong decision because they're like, so both engines go out, right? He feels one engine go out, and then he feels the other one go out. He's like, it felt like we were just dead in the air. And the people they were like, well, our engineers or whatever did analysis, and they said that your left engine was still going or whatever.
Yeah, that scene was in the trailer. They said your engine was
bullshit.
Like, no, I felt it.
I was there. And so they're like accusing him. There's like this bald guy who's like the head of the whatever, and he's just like, he like wants him to be guilty of something, which is landing in a river and saving people. It just seems weird. Like, why are you attacking this guy? That's what I didn't get about it.
Yeah.
The whole story.
Because their whole thing is for the insurance company, for the airline, they'll do anything to prove that it was human error and not a mechanical thing. You know, which it wasn't a mechanical thing anyway because they hit fucking birds.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was just one of those unprecedented events that doesn't happen very often. You know what I mean?
And he handled it at the time perfectly. And then after the fact,
but they're just like, that's not the perfect idea because we have these recreations, the simulations with those fake planes that they have at NASA or whatever.
Yeah, flight sims
with the green screen and everything.
This was going through Airbus.
Yeah.
Airbus did these things.
And they're doing them, and they're like, we have like 20 different tests that say that you could have gone to LaGuardia or Newark. And so they're sitting there in this room of people and pilots and people who are like, I don't know who they all are, but the people up in the
viewing gallery
judging him or something.
Okay.
And they're just like, they're like, he's like, let me see these tests or whatever. So they like stream these tests of them flying or whatever, and they make it, they land. And Aaron Eckhart's like, this wasn't a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like, and then Sully goes on this, he has a nice little monologue about like, you're not taking into account human
element,
the human element, like panic, fear, you're thinking of like surviving, right? So basically in the simulations they hit a bird strike and then they're just like immediately turn around, right?
Yeah.
Where like he is trying to figure out what to do, going through the checklist and all that stuff, and then he starts to bank.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't make it.
Yep.
Right? So they're like, he goes, how many times did they have to practice this to make it work? And they like, he like breaks it out of these people who were like deposing him or whatever, and they're like, the board, they're like, they had 17 times to try it. Like the one that we just saw of the first success was the 18th attempt.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's like, boom, fuck you or whatever.
Yeah, because he said that they had 208 seconds to figure it out. And so the board like goes off to the side and like blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll give you 35 seconds. We'll factor in human element, 35 seconds to figure out
from
what's
the
going
bird
on.
strike to actually banking.
Yeah.
They wait 35 seconds to make it more realistic. Like on the fly. The dude calls him and he's like, we're going to redo this test. We're going to do it live and just give another 35 seconds as for human emotion or whatever. So they do that and they crash. Twice.
Both times.
Yeah.
Both pilots, different pilots, going back to LaGuardia and then to the place that starts with a T that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Tim something.
So he was fucking right.
Okay.
He was right the whole time.
So I'm assuming that's the end of the film.
That's the end.
Is him being proven right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So seems like a decent film. Like,
well, so that's the story, right?
Yeah.
And like, yes, it's a good story, but like the reason I enjoyed the movie so much is the filmmaking parts of it, the editing, the acting, and like
the directing.
Clint Eastwood got
nailed it.
some shots in there that were just like, this is fucking incredible. This is incredible.
do you know if they worked with Sully on the movie?
They did.
Okay.
Because post credits, you see Sully and all 155 or 54 survivors, or 53 since the co-pilot as well.
Co-pilot. Yeah.
All talking, like they got the plane out of the bay.
They go to the hangar
or the river, and they go to the hangar where it is, and they all meet and greet and like hug and whatever. And
So from as best we can get, that we actually got firsthand knowledge. Clint Eastwood got firsthand knowledge when making this film.
correct.
Okay.
And the movie is based on the biography that he wrote about the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all
And
firsthand.
What I liked, one of my favorite scenes was when the plane it first landed. So you know the term, the captain always goes down with the ship.
Yep.
So he was the last person off the plane.
Yep.
He made sure that everybody got off, and the only thing he cared about was the count. He's
Yeah.
like, I count 155 passengers total. He's like, get me the count. I need to know if we lost anybody.
Yeah.
And that was like the highlight for him was when he was in the the hospital area getting checked out, and then one of his captain buddies came in and said, "We got the count. It's 155. You saved everybody."
In the hospital, he's like getting checked out, and they're
Yeah.
like, I can't believe you're fucking okay. Like nobody in the history of flight has ever landed in water and had nobody die or like
Yeah.
had a scratch on you.
Even the board, the guy that was the head of the deposition,
Yep.
said that he has never listened to, because after how they did is they listened to the live cockpit feed was the last thing that they did, and they heard him and the co-pilot talking to each other and doing everything by the book and the guidelines and making the call and everything. And he was like, he goes, I can honestly say that I've never listened to a cockpit feed with the pilot and the co-pilot sitting next to me.
Because they're usually dead. Like that, Sully is a fucking beast. Like he did the impossible, and it's incredible. And these people were like, you were drunk, you have problems at home, you're depressed, and it caused you to make this poor judgment. There was all this bullshit.
Poor judgment where no one died.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait. everyone's okay. You know that, right?
And no collateral damage. He didn't
Yeah.
hit anything. He
Yeah.
literally
Yep.
just landed in water.
It's
Whoa.
crazy.
But another thing that was amazing was the impeccable response time of every NYPD thing around there, like from the ferry boat
Ferry
captains
boats.
to the Coast Guard guys that were there. Like,
Shout
which
out
one
to
of them was Turtle.
Turtle from Entourage was a scuba cop.
Sean
Yeah.
Austin?
Who?
Turtle?
Turtle.
Yeah.
Sean Austin.
No,
That's his name?
no, it's
No.
not.
Turtle from Entourage.
Isn't Sean Austin in Entourage?
Sean Austin? Who's that?
You got me thinking of Sean Astin.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Sean Astin. I don't know what Turtle's real name is. I'll get it.
Might be right.
Is his last name Aston? No.
I don't know.
Sam from Lord of the Rings?
No,
That's
Astin.
Sean Astin.
Oh, Aston. Sorry. I was just pronouncing it wrong. My bad.
I'll
That's
show you.
not him.
You've seen Entourage, yeah?
No.
Oh.
I just
It is Jerry Ferrara. I knew
Yeah.
that. This guy.
Yep.
Ah.
Anyways, he's from Entourage. He's a badass. He used to be fat. Now he's skinny. And he was a fucking scuba cop. I didn't even know that was a thing. If I knew that was, if when I was a kid, I would have been like, I'm gonna be a fucking scuba cop when I grow up, because that's a badass name. So that was, yeah. So another really really cool scene is the air traffic controller.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So Sully goes, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. I need to do this. Like, I got 2 engines down, and the guy's like, okay, I'm going to go to all these towers. I'm going to be like, you can land here, here, and here. And Sully's like, I don't think that's possible. I got to land in the Hudson. Right? And he eventually gets so low. This dude is just like in a room trying to help him, over walkie-talkie or whatever. And he gets so low, he goes out of radar, and the dude like sheds a tear. He's like, they're going in the Hudson, and like all these people are gonna die because
Yeah.
no one lives in a
'Cause
water
it's never
landing.
happened before.
Never. So he's like, walks off the floor. He's like devastated, and he gets a tear, and it's fucking badass.
And
Like,
the thing
that guy
is,
killed
like,
it.
when it happens, they pulled him off the radio right away because it's a devastating tragedy, and they needed to put another operator down in there to keep the flow of everything else going.
Because he has to be investigated now because a crash happened on his watch. Now he has to get inspected for alcoholism, for being depressed or
yeah,
whatever.
because they said a breathalyzer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to get breathalyzed because a crash happened on your watch. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And the first thing I thought of was the Breaking Bad scene.
Yeah. Definitely. I want to give a
So,
shout
man.
out to that guy.
That was a great movie.
All right. Final score on the movie.
Out of 10,
Sure. Whatever metric you like to use.
Yeah, we'll use 10.
I'd give it a solid 9.
Solid 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but for what the story is, how it was filmed, the way it was told, and everything, it was phenomenal.
Patch Darragh. Patch Darragh is the air flight controller who cries. Killed it. I love that guy. He did
And he
such a
didn't
good
even
job.
know that they survived.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in
Oh,
this.
shit.
He's in this room waiting to be breathalyzed and all this shit. And this dude comes in. He's like, "Dude, you gotta come out here. We're all doing this thing." And he's like, "Oh man, you didn't hear. Like, I lost a plane today. Like, all these people died." He's like, "Nope, you didn't hear. They fucking survived." He's like, "Oh my god."
All right.
It's just crazy. It was a very, 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 very good movie. Not because of this, like the story itself was so good, but then Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks and all these actors everybody involved in the movie did such a good job bringing it to life and telling it in a creative way. It just awesome, totally good. I would say a 9 as well.
All right.
Perfect. I think it's.
See, so
I don't
for-
even know why I wouldn't give it a 10. Just because it didn't blow me away in that way, but
Okay. It
it's
left
a
an
9
impression. It
in
just didn't.
every sense of the word.
All right.
It would definitely be for me, like when it goes on cable, like it would be one
I
of
gotta
those
sit down and
shows
watch
that
this.
I would always watch it whenever it's on.
Yep.
Okay. Seems like a good film. I'll give it a try.
It's good.
Does Tom Hanks get an Oscar nod for it?
That's the thing is I don't know because I don't think so.
It's not one of those types of movies.
Exactly, and that's why it's not a 10. That's why it's not I don't know. It's not one of those movies. It's not an Oscar. I don't think it's an
It's
Oscar.
not the
Maybe
right thing.
directing, honestly, or cinematography, because like I said, there's shots of the plane in the Hudson from up top that are just incredible. When it hits the water, and it incredible.
Yeah.
There's one shot where it's a flashback, and he's flying in the army, and he has a plane that's kind of like going down a little bit, and he has to guide it and land it. and they like gain altitude, and both these planes go up into the sky, and Clint gets this shot of both the planes going up with the moon in the sky in the middle of the day, and it's just I was just like, are you kidding me? Like that's directing dreams right there.
Yep.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that
So
was
like
super good.
that's what I mean. It's not like
But
I think he might get an Oscar.
But
Or
did you
whoever said-
notice
was
that whole segment? Did you notice that it was the same situation?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know if he was going to have enough to make it because his co-guy
Yep.
behind him told him to bail.
Mhm.
Like they were supposed to eject, and he's like, no. And he's like, I'm going to land this thing. And he remembered his flight instructor told him, whatever you do, the most important thing is fly the plane.
Yep. Always fly the plane.
Yep.
That was a beautiful scene too when he's
Yeah.
like, and also like smile.
It
was
okay to smile.
It's a very, very beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. Great.
So
It definitely should win some awards.
So with it being an hour and a half, it doesn't seem like it's going to do too much of creating a story of his personal life. So this movie from
Touches
what
on it.
touches on it, but this movie what it sounds like is primarily the crash and then him explaining the events during the crash.
Yeah,
It-
because
and then
that's
his
what you don't know.
feelings.
That's what you don't know. That's why he wrote the book that he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Because he never considered himself a hero. Because at the end, the board ladies said, I can sit here without a shadow of a doubt and say that you were the X factor in all of those calculations and everything that happened. If we take you out of the equation, no one lives. And he's like, I disagree with you. He goes, it was everybody. It was the co-captain. He named off the 3 attendants. He named off the fire department, the ferry boat captains. He's like, if it wasn't for everyone, because they were minutes away from getting hypothermia when they crashed into the Hudson. And the response time for everybody was phenomenal.
Like minor injuries.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the one flight attendant slashed her
Cut
leg.
her leg or something.
Mhm.
Like what an incredibly humble man for doing something that's literally impossible. Not even literally anymore. Like
Yeah.
now there's a case.
Now it's possible.
It's
Highly,
just
highly improbable, but definitely possible.
insane.
Okay.
Very good. So,
To keep on the theme.
yeah.
Keep on the theme of that, we're going to do a top 5 of movies that were based on real life events.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Not so much horror movies, we kind of agree.
Yeah,
'cause that's
we
kind of
started
like,
talking about The Conjuring, and I think Emily Rose is good, but you can argue that it's not. So,
even the original Exorcist was based off
Sure.
supposed real life things from
Yeah.
the Vatican.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it is what it is.
God, what's like we can list off a bunch, right? Like we were before. I'm trying to think of like my favorite one that's like I can't believe that's a true story, or like it's just a good.
I just honestly, it may seem cliche or whatever, but like for me, it's Titanic is
Sure.
the number one because that was a boat that was unsinkable. From the design and the designer being on the boat,
Yeah.
from the captain, from the watch guys, like that is a story that if you hit that iceberg any other way than they hit it, the boat survives. Everybody lives.
I think Sully is like the Titanic of the sky.
Yeah.
It's the same story of
Only
these
ended a lot
like
better.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like the Rapture to the Columbia.
Yeah.
It's like Titanic is here where it's in the water and everyone dies.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people die. Where you're in the sky and everyone lives.
Now there's been a very old Titanic movie. Then there was like a mid Titanic movie, right? There was one that was in black and white. Then there was a color one. Then you
Are
had,
they all called Titanic?
Yeah. Then you had the last one by James Cameron.
Yeah.
And that one was good because not only did it depict the tragedy, and it was also like there was stories that were told by survivors on what actually happened. So they had information to go on. James Cameron just added a nice, the romance story to it and everything, which
Yeah.
is fine. But for me, like the way that it happened, like the guys that were playing the music when it went down, like that was legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff, like a lot of that stuff was really true. And that's definitely my number one.
What about you, Wes?
What
Ooh, I have one. 127 Hours.
Oh yeah,
About
James Franco.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
that was a
And
crazy movie.
Danny Boyle, the director, was like, this. He's quoted of saying like, 127 Hours is as factually accurate to be as close as a documentary as you can get, but still being dramatic.
Yeah,
Like that's how accurate it was.
yeah,
That was a crazy fucking movie.
yeah. It was.
One of my favorites, more recent, well, moderately more recent one, I guess, would be Walk the Line.
Sure.
Johnny Cash
the
movie?
Johnny Cash story. Yeah.
Fucking cars. God damn it. Having a
No,
fucking
I
Fast and
mean,
Furious
I knew
race.
nothing really of Johnny Cash before that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming like a lot of people, but I mean, I knew a couple of his songs. That movie was just Joaquin Phoenix was perfect in it. Reese Witherspoon was great in
That
it.
was before he went crazy.
That was before he went crazy. Yes.
And was
Because
a
Joaquin,
rapper.
I thought was really good too in what's the Russell Crowe Roman one?
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Yeah, I thought
He
it
was
was good in
gay.
that too.
He was the gay, whatever in that movie. Right?
Ish.
Yeah, bi or whatever.
Yeah.
Feminine.
So,
But sorry, really quick. Oh no, with the Walk the Line, their performances were like there's some songs you can't actually tell that's Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon or Johnny Cash, June Carter. Really, it's a great movie, except it is really sad at the end because that came out right before June Carter Cash passed away,
Oh yeah.
and then right after that you had him doing the cover of "Hurt," which is now his song because he did it better. But like that span of like a year was just awful for him, but great for art.
yeah.
Poor Johnny Cash. A lot of drugs.
I'm going to throw a couple out there. Scorsese movies. Goodfellas
Mm-hmm.
and Raging Bull. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
True stories. So, when Martin Scorsese read the book that the Goodfellas guy wrote, he read the book like 3 times, and then he got in contact with that guy, and he was like, he called him up, and he was like, I've been waiting for this book my whole life. And the gangster dude was like, I've been waiting for this call my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And then they fucking made Goodfellas.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? And then Raging Bull with LaMotta. The boxer's name's LaMotta. He wrote a book as well.
Yeah. What do you got, Wes? Any other ones?
Ghostbusters.
Come on, to be real.
Field of Dreams.
The Sandlot.
You didn't know baseball players came back to life?
The
in a field?
Sandlot.
The Sandlot?
Yeah.
I'm
the
sure
babe.
that's a true story
The
somewhere.
babe comes to in your dreams, man.
The babe.
The
not
great
the baseball
Bambino.
player.
The great Bambino. What, the pig?
Can I have no? A babe.
Babe the pig?
A babe.
Braveheart.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
That was one of the first movie VHSs that we had. That was the ones that came on 2.
That's the same with Titanic.
Yep. We ended up owning both of those, but
Yep. What's that guy's name?
William Wallace.
Thank you. Didn't they like just debunk a lot of stuff in that movie though?
Some of the stuff in it, he still was the hero of the Highlanders in Scotland, but like some of the battles that they portrayed in the movie didn't happen like that. Like I don't think they actually showed all their bare asses to an army about to shoot arrows at them.
That's one of the first movies that like got me so pumped about revenge. Like when they kill his little girlfriend or whatever, the princess or whatever, I was like, I can't wait for him to fucking murder everybody. Like he did such a good job of like acting and portraying that scene that it was like, I want everyone to die. I'm on his side right now.
So, one of I think your favorite movies is based on a book, which is based on a true story.
Clockwork Orange.
No, but close actually. Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
We were just talking about that.
Yes, we were. We figured out that what's his name, D'Onofrio, was 28 years old in that movie. But he looks like a 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's 28 in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
His Full Metal Jacket came out in 87.
Yep.
And he was born in like 50-something.
You really got to fucking shovel your lawn right now? God damn What is that sound?
I don't know.
He's just dragging a shovel down the street.
It's the Resident Evil guys.
It is.
Oh, did you tell Wes we did that?
We did our first Let's Play last night.
Oh,
which
how
is
it-
up, by the way.
How'd that go?
Good.
What'd you
About
play?
15 minutes of
Resident Evil 4.
me trying to figure out Resident Evil 4.
I thought it would be
good.
fun to teach him the tank controls and the no right stick.
Oh, Resident Evil 4. Oh, just wait till what? The 30% mark of that game?
Yeah.
I don't like how that sounds.
Oh, it's good. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There's another movie.
All the President's Men.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ever seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
Born on the 4th of July.
Yep, Glory.
Yep.
Glory was another good one. And
Goodfellas?
I already said that. I literally I told a story about that.
That's right. I'm sorry. Ow.
Milk.
What?
Milk.
Oh, that's
Harvey Milk.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Pretty good. James Franco's in that too.
There's another Tom Hanks one though where he plays a politician. That's like
Look up if Philadelphia is a true story. Is Philadelphia a true
Oh,
story?
one of your favorite movies.
League of Their Own.
Yep.
well, duh, because that actually happened.
So did Field of Dreams.
No, it didn't. I mean, Madonna didn't play in the outfield and bang everybody on the.
What? Just crush my dreams.
Hey, Madonna was hot back in that movie, that area, that era.
That area.
You like the Marla Hooch?
No.
Gracefully and grandfully.
No. Terrible movie. The only thing Tom Hanks is sucked in.
Wrong. He was still awesome in that movie.
No.
Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
Stupid.
Are you really going to say that every one of these?
Yes.
Okay. It is the Philadelphia was inspired by lives of Jeffrey Bauer and Clarence B. Kane, two
There you go.
lawyers who sued a law firm for wrongful dismissal as one of them had AIDS.
Yeah.
Brockovich.
Yeah, I told you about that
Yep.
story. Mm-hmm. Aaron Brockovich's
I didn't know
story is
that was
really
a true
good.
story.
I
didn't
did.
even know what
That
that,
was
about.
powerful. The other one that Matthew McConaughey won, Lincoln Lawyer, I think it is.
Oh, that's a
That
true
was
story?
also based on true events.
Uh,
It was another takedown of a conglomerate insurance company.
Speaking of McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I haven't seen that one yet, though. I heard it was good.
I haven't seen Lincoln Lawyer.
It's like in the 80s. He's in Texas. He finds out he gets HIV and AIDS, and the drugs up here are super, super expensive. So he keeps going to Mexico to get drugs. He tries bringing them back, and it wasn't illegal at the time. So he then starts a buyers club where instead of him selling drugs he brings back from there, people pay him, and then he goes and gets their drugs. He found a legal loophole. He won an Oscar for it. So it's a good film.
You should check out Lincoln Lawyer, though. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, I don't know why.
McConaughey all day. For me, I think that was one of his best performances.
I love McConaughey. Except
And
for
that was a John Grisham movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Could possibly be based on true events in the future, yes. In theory, could you say Clerks?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
The Milkmaids.
Come on, Wes. Come on, Wes.
Am I
What else you got?
trying to
Trying
think
something good, buddy.
of other
Empire.
huh?
Strikes
Empire.
back.
Long time ago in a
Strikes
galaxy
back.
far away. Could be.
Based on a true story.
I'm gonna look up McConaughey real quick.
McConaughey?
Yeah, I want to see that.
I feel like I'm missing some really big ones. Oh, other biopics like Ray.
I didn't like Ray.
Oh, you mean like the Wolf of Wall Street was also.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
God, Scorsese, man.
Yep. Wolf of Wall Street was
War
another one.
Dogs. We just
Yeah,
saw War
the
Dogs.
Lincoln Lawyer was 2011. It came out in 2011. Defense lawyer who takes down a wealthy realtor. Let's see.
Big Short, and the one last year about the newspaper who cracked the priest raping.
Oh fuck! Newsroom. No, not Newsroom. It's something. It's something like that though. It's like
It's very short.
yes, but really, look, I wanted to talk to you about The Big Short because I finally watched that.
Good, right?
It's a good movie. It's fantastic, but at no point in that movie do the four main characters ever interact.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I went through the whole movie. I'm like, wait, Steve Carell.
You expect them to like cross paths.
At least at one of the conventions or something. It's like they went out of their way never to meet, but just to tell you the stories about these 4 people.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting. I think it's more of like getting everybody's point of view. That was a big player in that scenario. As like if we just followed Christian Bale or just Steve Carell and his team.
By the way, Steve Carell was the best part of that movie.
He was great. Like his revelations of like, wait. So you do this and this and they're like, yeah. And he's like, holy fucking shit. This is so fucked.
I know it was partly based off a true story, at least one true event, but Fargo.
No, it's not based on any true story.
It was. When it came out, it is actually based on a murder. It just didn't happen. They came out later saying it didn't happen there.
What I read was that they put based on true events, but we changed the names to blah blah blah.
Yeah,
whatever.
like every movie does.
And then their producer or the studio was like, "What story is this based on?" They're like, "It's not based on anything." They're like, "Well, then you can't put that in there." They're like, "Why not?" They're like, "It makes people think it's real if we do, and it like makes people like it." And they left it in. That's what I read, anyways. Spotlight. Spotlight.
There we go.
Is about the newspaper, the section of a newspaper called Spotlight, who breaks the priest rape stories.
Oh, gotcha.
The Catholic priest rape.
Gotcha.
And they're like, it starts as one priest, and then they're like, follow a couple more leads, and then it turns into like 12 priests, and then they get this crazy statistic where they're like, it's like 9% of all priests in the world have done this.
Wow.
It's like this crazy stupid.
I haven't seen it yet, but maybe one of you guys have a Concussion.
Oh, the Will Smith.
The Will Smith movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
No, I really want to though.
Hancock.
The first half of that film is great.
True story. Based on a true story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could be talking about the Anthony Hopkins biopic about.
Ooh, good preview we saw.
Ooh, what?
The third installment of the Tom Hanks one, Angels and Demons.
Oh, Inferno.
Yeah.
I never read Inferno. Did they ever do a Lost Symbol book or movie?
No, it's just been.
Because that was the one after.
It was just Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons.
Yeah. And probably the best preview that I've seen for it yet so far was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Holy crap, the preview they showed was amazing.
Yeah.
It looks incredible, Wes. It looks so good.
I'm gonna go see it day one.
Dude, I can't even tell you, like, I have no words that can adequately describe how good the movie looked in the preview.
I am in love with Catherine Waterston. That's all I want to say. She's in that movie and she caught my eye.
Mm-hmm. I think the actor they got to play Scamander looks really good. Looks perfect.
Main character?
Yeah, like a little awkward, you know.
It's the guy who played.
He got kicked out of Hogwarts.
It's the guy who played Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Redmayne?
Yes.
Oh, what about The Theory of Everything?
And The Theory of Everything. Well, that's Stephen.
No, I mean in terms of movies based on real events.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
I think A Beautiful Mind might have been based off a.
It's
true.
partly based off events. That was something that came out recently.
I don't know if you've seen it, but you probably have. And I think it's the correct title is Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Finding Bobby Fischer.
Is it Finding?
I believe it is Finding Bobby Fischer. I remember that movie came out and I did not see it. When it first came out, I was like a younger kid, so I didn't give up two shits about a kid playing chess.
Good.
No, it's one of those movies. It's one that I need to go back and watch.
Yeah.
No, it's Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Oh, it is Searching?
Okay, thought so. The Untouchables is also based on real life events.
Yes, it is. So is Almost Famous.
JFK.
Yes.
JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much half of Oliver Stone's film library.
Platoon.
Because
Nixon.
Snowden.
W.
Frost Nixon.
God,
Frost Nixon was a good
Frost
film.
versus Nixon.
I
That's
heard
right.
fucking Snowden sucks, though.
We wanted to see that, but
I think I'm going to pass on that one. What do you want us to see?
what?
Oh, there's two I forgot about. The Perfect Storm, based on true events.
Yeah.
And
Which is a
remember
good
the
movie.
and remember the Titans.
Oh, of course.
Left side.
Strong side.
Thank you. Jeez, Wes left me hanging like a bitch. What team? Nah, I'm gonna get mine. I love that fucking movie.
Black Hawk Down.
When fucking what's his name from The Notebook is like playing this country music, and
Yeah.
he's with a black guy, he's like, "Have you ever heard anything so good as this?"
Yeah.
And the black guy's like, "Have you heard of anything like Cruel and Unusual Punishment?" Such a cute movie.
Another recent good one was the one about James Brown's life that dude Black Panther did.
12 Years a Slave.
Same guy.
Ooh, Hotel Rwanda.
Ooh.
See that?
Really? Oh, don't.
Catch Me If
You'll
You
make one
Can.
Kill yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another good one.
I love that movie.
Schindler's motherfucking List.
Well,
That's fucking crazy.
Red dress. Girl in the red dress.
Oh, yeah. Schindler's List, man. Crazy.
That was a great movie, too. Fucking Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
He's done
man.
everything great.
Dude, did you like The Gray? The Gray! Was
The
that
Gray!
Was that a true story? I don't think that. No, that was a book.
It was just very gray.
I love The Gray.
It was gray.
That fucking poem. Do you
What
ever
about
seen
The
it?
Revenant, a.k.a. Snow?
Ooh, The Revenant. That's not really a true story,
all
but it
snow.
kind of is a true story.
There's just snow and sniffling.
Dude, you fucking didn't watch that movie.
I know I didn't. Interstellar, bro.
Anytime you bash a movie, I know you've never seen it.
it might be a better idea than just flat out saying I
Unless
haven't
it's
seen
Suicide
it.
Squad.
Oh,
Bleh.
because he unfortunately has sat through that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, did you hear that apparently early on in the productions, Shia LaBeouf was up for a role in that movie?
Do it. Do it.
Oh, The Aviator.
Ooh. Scorsese
Howard
again.
Hughes.
Scorsese.
Howard Hughes. Such a
That was
good
on
movie.
TV the other day.
In the break room.
Yeah. Good fucking movie.
Oh, for all you sports movie fans, Miracle.
Sure.
Hockey.
Mighty Ducks.
Hacky.
Mighty Ducks D2.
The Miracle was good, though.
Mighty
Kurt-
Ducks
Kurt
D3.
Russell? No.
No, you gotta stop at 2, man.
Yeah. Because then you're just getting derailed.
What was wrong with D3? D3 was the best. Which one was the one with Iceland?
D2,
That was D2.
because D3 is where they go off to like boarding school and get another team.
Still good.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio. Wrap it up.
Really?
Wrap it up. We're vamping.
I'm just going through a list.
We're just talking.
Vamp.
Oh,
Ugh.
Lords of Dogtown.
I hated that
You're
movie.
ruining it.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh, come on already. Jesus. I'm going to bury you with that game.
Thor.
Oh, yeah. What? Which part?
The whole
Part was
thing?
real, yeah? Yeah?
It's based on
Yeah? The memoirs of Loki?
Hemsworth.
What?
It's based on his real life.
Oh, that's his real life. So that video that just got put up on YouTube of how what Thor was doing during Civil War
True
was just
story.
him in real life,
True
just
story.
chilling.
That's,
Okay.
That's actually Chris Hemsworth.
All right, guys. That's going to wrap up another edition of Bloodshots. Aaron's cooking something and
No, he's wrapping it up.
Oh,
Wrapping
you're
it
putting
up.
a bow around
Yeah.
it? All right. If you like what you see, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and drop likes and subscribes. Support the show on patreon.com/derailed. If you want to make glorious things here
Look what
in
you
the
did.
studio.
Look what you did.
Glorious.
Things, stuff.
Look what you did.
Glorious. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.